Hey, what is up? Tom Clark here, social media director for High Velocity Wrestling. What's going on, kids? How are you? Happy Saturday to you. I'm used to saying happy Friday for Tom Clark's main event. Shameless plug time. Hope you've had a good week. I've had the best week for many reasons. It's not a good day. It's a great day. Tell all your friends. Good to see everybody here. Hope we'll have a lot more showing up. Man, if we got stuff to talk about, and no, it's not the Cole Hendricks tee or the two bases behind me, of which I have not played in over a month. And God help us all. I've got to get back to playing, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's been too freaking long. But I've had stuff happening. It's all good. Again, thanks for hanging on. Do me a favor, kids. Hit the like button on this sucker and also click the notifications bell. That way you'll know every time we go live here on HVW. And something else, if you don't mind, please share this feed to everybody you know who's a pro wrestling fan. They'll love it. If they're not a pro wrestling fan, they'll love it too. You want to know why? Because I'm awesome. I'm fun to look at, sort of. And the guy I'm bringing on is fun to look at too. And man, we've got good news to talk about. It's time to share the good news. Not that kind of good news. It's other good news. This is some pro wrestling stuff, y'all. High Velocity Wrestling in the house. Owner
What's up,
promoter,
Tom?
Mr. Gary Benfield. What's going on, my friend? I was trying to roll out the red carpet for you there.
Hey, brother, I'm over here on my phone trying to share this thing to all the wrestling groups.
Yes.
I'm putting it into McDowell County, everything.
There you go, man. How you been? All right?
I've been good, dude. How you been doing?
Dude, if I was any better, I wouldn't be able to stand myself.
It's been too long since we've done this, my friend.
It has been a while for sure. So, guys, we've got some stuff to talk about. If you don't know,
Yes, we do.
a little something called Arrival is going to be arriving, pun intended, Saturday, June 18th, at Municipal Events Center, 29 Logan Street, Marion, North Carolina. Live and living color, High Velocity Wrestling returns. Can't wait to get back in front of you good people and let you know what's up. We've already got, let's say hello before we get cranking here, kids. Everyone say hello to, I don't know about this kid, dude. This Ghazi kid. He's
Dude,
he's a little different. He's
I
laughing.
don't know about this kid either.
He keeps laughing. Cody Gibbs. Gary, do me a favor. Tell the kids out there who Cody is. Give him a little proper introduction for me.
Man, Cody is actually going to be our photographer at Arrival that night, man. He reached out to me, talking about he wanted to, he's been doing other type of photography, but he's a huge pro wrestling fan. And Cody is a special young man, and I can't wait for him to be out there shooting some pictures for us. And I can't wait to see some of the action shots that he gets.
Dude, I'm looking forward to meeting you, Cody, for sure. Be sure you get my good side. Every
Yes,
side's
sir.
good side for me. I'm just saying. Look at that.
Woo!
Oh, you
Woo!
can't beat it. Styling, and profiling as well.
Dude, have you seen some of the videos of Flair popping up on the reels and stuff? Him hanging out in bars, and that Joker is going crazy.
He is. A lot of what Flair's doing lately might be perceived as damage control. He's got some stuff hanging over him from the plane ride to hell, it's yeah. I love Flair. I personally love Flair. I don't want to get too wrapped up in stuff, but no. Yeah, I've seen some. He's very active.
That Joker's a nut. What's up, Big Jeff?
Eric Jackson in the house, loyal, avid viewer of Tom Clark's main event. Eric, I appreciate you, my friend. Ron, what's up, dude? Please go share the link on your social media. That'd be awesome. John Maxwell, how are you doing? Jeff Naylor, good. Where are you, Jeff? There you is. Good to see you. Alma, hope you're well tonight. I appreciate Alma's again a main event fan, saying hello.
Hey, Alma, how are you?
There you go, kids. All right, so let's get to this news. We've only revealed one match because, quite frankly, kids, a lot of this card, it's kind of still writing itself. We've been getting contacted by talents all over Western North Carolina. My phone stays busy all the time, more than usual now. And to be honest, I've missed a couple of messages here and there, but they've not missed this guy here. And Gary consistently blows me up and says, dude, did you get so-and-so's message? I'm like, oh my God, I missed it. It's been a busy time for the two of us.
It's crazy. Dude, it's got to the point to where I've actually had to put my phone on like do not disturb at times.
Yeah.
And it's got crazy. But that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
It's great. Yeah, I'm actually considering using a call service. I mean, it's an expense to use every month, but I mean, it's getting to the point where it's, and as Gary said, there's nothing bad here, kids, at all. But I mean, it's when you're talking about a living, breathing pro wrestling promotion, there's stuff that's happening and you staying active. We have announced one match officially, and that is, go ahead and talk about the first match that we've announced officially. We've only revealed one so far.
Yeah, so we've talked about Jake Jacobs and John Matthews, the future of HVW. These young cats, man, they're all over the place. John Matthews, he came to me a couple years ago. I actually found him, and I seen a lot of potential in this young man, and I thought, man, I got to get him in the ring and start training. And then I was able to open up my little training school for a little while again, and we got him over there along with Ghazi and a couple other young men. And then Kid Cutter showed up, and then Rexton Andrews showed up. All the future for HVW is bright, and Jake Jacobs is just lighting that path, brother. I'm not kidding. This young man is all over the place.
That's awesome. Let's start from scratch here, Gary, if it's okay with you. Let's show Jake's promo. Again, kids, we revealed this last time we went live, which has been a bit. But it wasn't you or I that made this phone call. It was somebody else from HVW board of directors. I can't remember who we gave this to. But they called him, and they actually called Jake after a show one night. I think he was getting ready to split, and he got the news of who he was going to be facing. But for anybody out there who's not seen it, let's take you back in time. That way you know. Here is Jake Jacobs' promo on his Arrival opponent.
I understand. Yes, sir. Thank you. Well, that was the phone call that I've been waiting for. Wasn't the news I expected, but it's a challenge I'm willing to accept. You see, HVW management, High Velocity Wrestling, informed me about their return on June 18th. I received news that HVW will be showing and presenting the past, present, and future. I was told I'm going to be stepping in the ring, showing exactly what the future holds for HVW. You see, I expected to step in the ring and compete for the HVW Heavyweight Championship, but that's not the news I got. What I got told is I'm stepping in the ring with John Matthews, a guy that I have seen promotion to promotion, state to state. He's a young kid who has proven himself time and time and again. But I gotta tell you, John, I'm hungry for success. I'm hungry for the next step. I am the future of HVW, and I will show that to you firsthand. Lace them up, kid, because you're about to witness the Jake Jacobs experience. You're welcome.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like this young man. I like his fire.
Last time we saw this, I don't think I mentioned this to you, but the lace him up kid. Jake's a competitor. He's a real deal. But if someone had told him, and I'm sure maybe they did, if someone had told him when he first started going, lace him up, kid, I mean, Jake's feeling himself, and he should be. He's come a long way. I'm not discounting anything he's accomplished. But for someone like John, that could be like a ball of water in the face. You know what I mean?
That's lighting a fire under that young man. You know what I'm saying? And this kid, you talking about being hungry. I mean, this kid's hungry. I assure you of that.
Well, speaking of that, we did hear from John. It was posted on Facebook, and he doesn't take as much time as Jake does, but I don't think he needs to. So, kids, here
he said what he needed to say. That was for sure.
Absolutely, folks. Here is John Matthews' answer to Jake Jacobs' Arrival promo.
Hey, John, you got a second?
Yo, what's up?
So what do you think about what Jake Jacobs had to say?
What do I think about what Jake Jacobs had to say about me? Well, first off, Jake, you say that you're hungry. You say that you're hungrier than anybody in high velocity wrestling. Well, Jake, I'm hungry. No, I'm starving, Jake. You know what? I've been traveling around the Carolinas. I've been training, as you see right here, Jake. I'm at the gym right now, putting in the work and the hours, just to show you just how hungry John Matthews really is. So, y'all come out to 29 Logan Street in Marion, North Carolina, just to see what happens when Jake Jacobs steps in the ring with John Matthews.
This kid's I'm telling you, he's on fire, Tom. This kid's on fire. I've been watching him, man. I've been watching some of the matches he's posting online, and he's been in the ring with guys like Rob Killjoy, and I think he even worked TJ Boss in the last week or two. And so this kid, he's getting out there and he's getting the experience. So I hope Jake don't underestimate him.
No kidding. And Ron, I agree with you. This has all the ingredients of a great matchup. John is a real deal for sure. Kids, real quick, say hello to Joe the Panther Jr. He is one half of Dudes at Ringside Wrestling podcast. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for checking us out.
I'm looking forward to this, man. I think this is going to be a really good match. It's hard not to see a little bit of you, and it's hard not to see a little bit of some other guys that we knew in the past. John's out of breath. He's ticked off. He's mad. He's sweating up a storm. Like the kid stands up and lifts his arm over his head and he's sweating because he's got so much intensity and he's just ready to kill. I mean, you know what that is. I mean, you remember what that felt like. I mean, when it felt like you were against the world and you had something to prove, you had a chip on your shoulder. I mean, do you ever lose that? Does it calm down eventually? Or, I mean, what happens? What is it?
Dude, I don't know, man. I mean, I can remember the last show we ran June the 5th before I went out the curtain to address the crowd. I mean, I wasn't even wrestling or anything. And my adrenaline was just like this. My hands were shaking. My head was quivering. And you don't lose that feeling. I mean, I can't wait to see John Matthews standing behind Gorilla waiting to go to the ring on June the 18th with everything Jake Jacobs has said about this kid. This kid's here to make a name for himself.
Yeah, for sure. I like him a lot, man. He's you are everybody here, $5. Everybody
sorry,
here,
guys. My phone.
You better pay up. That's the rule. $5.
My mom was calling me. I'm sorry.
But no, I mean, you've known John a lot longer than I have, but the few experiences I've had with him, he's always, first of all, he's a very respectful kid. And I don't say kid disrespectfully to him, but he's a respectful guy and he's got a good head on his shoulders. It's funny watching where he is now versus where he was 2 years ago in the ring. Little mistakes that he was making that now he no longer makes. And that's just going to come with time and with working talents who are, better than you are, right? I mean, that's how it works.
Man, that's what I taught these guys in training. When they get out and start traveling, they want to strive to be in the ring with somebody better than they are every match because you're not improving. Right. If you don't step in the ring with somebody better than you every time you wrestle, you're not improving.
I mean, I think about the Charlotte Hornets, how young that team is. I mean, they're getting better, but they're only getting better by playing teams much better than they are. And kids, That's how it is in sports, up one side, down the other. You get that experience. You see the number of times that veteran stole the ball, and you're like, how did he get by me? But the next time you've picked up on it, you can catch him. That's what we're talking about. I want to jump to what we're actually here, and we've got Jake and John, and I'm looking forward to that. But here's some breaking stuff. We posted, I think it was yesterday, that we've got something big coming. We go from this match talking about the future to something that is right now happening today. We got the promo from John Schuyler a few weeks ago and got it online. He's an HVW original, and John a lot more than I do. I've always liked John's work, and I've had nothing. I've seen him live many times. I have nothing good things to say about him. Excuse me, but he seemed none too happy. He said in his words he wasn't invited. What's the story behind this before we show this promo?
Well, John spent a lot of time with us when we were over on the in the Salvation Army building across on the other side of Hendersonville. I can't remember that address. I'm sorry, but and Skylar was a big name in HVW, and he went on to do other things and bigger things. And I thought, I just didn't think he was interested in being a part of HVW anymore. Because he's on Impact TV every Thursday night. So I guess he kind of got wind that we were coming back and we were doing the past, present, future thing. And I don't know. He wasn't happy about not getting an invite.
Well, we don't want to spoil everything, but that's kind of the gist of it. But you can see, and John's not one of those guys that, and him better than I do, as I said, I don't know if he's the kind of guy that yells and screams, but you can tell he's not happy. So
yeah, he's not happy.
Let's watch this promo, kids, and we'll be right back. Check this out. This is John Skylar speaking on Arrival.
My name is the Southern Savior, John Skylar, and for the last 14 years, I've had the honor and the privilege of calling myself a professional wrestler. I've had over 1,300 matches. I've wrestled in over a dozen countries, and currently, you can see me every Thursday night on Access Television as a member of the Impact Wrestling roster. Which is why I was so shocked and befuddled when I saw HVW, High Velocity Wrestling, is presenting Arrival on June the 18th at the Municipal Event Center in Marion, North Carolina. And a night where you're going to see the past, present, and future of HVW. One of its biggest pieces of its past, John Skylar, was not even invited to participate. That's okay, though. If we're talking about the past, let me give you a little history lesson. The past of HVW, it includes names like Loaded Guns, Ken Magnum, like B.J. Hancock, like Stephen the Fever Walters, and the list goes on and on and on and on. And what they all have in common is that at one point they were all trampled, embarrassed, and defeated by the Southern Savior, John Skylar. Now, I could talk about the present, and I could even talk about the future, but the outcome's always going to be the same. So since I wasn't invited by HVW officials to participate in Arrival, I guess this is my own formal invitation. I'm inviting myself to Arrival. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, because I'm going to issue an open challenge. It doesn't matter if you're from the past, the present, or the future of HVW. I do not care. Because on June the 18th, I'm going to show up. I'm going to have a match. It's just a matter of who's going to show up and stand across the ring from me. Who's going to get trampled by the Southern Savior? Who's going to get embarrassed by the measuring stick of the Mid-Atlantic? It doesn't matter, boys. Anybody can show up. Let's see how good you are. Somebody please, please, please accept my open invitation for Arrival. Because the Southern Savior is going to rise again. And it's going to happen on June the 18th at Arrival.
Hey. He's ready and he's coming, and it's confirmed. It's on the book.
Yeah,
and it will be the main event match.
There you go. He got what he wanted. Not only is he there, he's going to be the main event. Spoiler alert, kids, he's the main event. And it should be noted after we received this that you tried calling this guy 6 times in like 2 hours and he never answered his phone. I'm just full disclosure, folks. So he's talking to us now. But he was, again, a little bit of a talking about chip on your shoulder, not happy.
Yeah. He check out Mr. Ron Emerson's comment there. He said, can he vote on his opponent?
Can I vote for his opponent? Ooh.
Rob, I think when you see we've had somebody answer the challenge, haven't we, Tom?
We have. That's what we're here to reveal. Ron, before you go throwing guesses out there, the main event for Arrival has been inked. And I'm not going to bother telling you. I just want you to see this. Ladies and gentlemen, here is John, drum roll, please. Here is John Schuyler's opponent for our rival on Saturday, June 18th. Check this out.
Here we go.
Yo, John Schuyler, you must have heat with the office, man. Because for the last week or two, or however long it's been since you posted your little open challenge video, my inbox has been blowing slam up, begging me to come shut you the up. Please, Drake, please show up and beat John Schuyler all the way to death. And like, I got tired of getting the messages in my email. I got tired of getting phone call after phone call after phone call. So I decided to film this while I'm on the road. Since I spend more time in my car than I do at home, you know, unlike you, bud. I'm on the road busting my ass every day trying to make something of myself. You just try to tell everybody how good you are online. So I tell you what, June 18th, HVW, why don't you show up and show me how good you really are, punk?
Boom! Impact versus AEW.
Isn't
John
that
Schuyler versus JD Drake. Woo-wee.
Main event of Arrival, kids. JD Drake, born and bred. He bleeds purple and black, kids. High Velocity Wrestling. Now, one of your favorites on AEW Dynamite. The blue collar badass, I'll say it. JD Drake in the house. JD Drake versus John Schuyler is your main event. No championships are involved here. I would say this might be bigger than titles for these guys because as much as John Matthews looked upset, Drake did not look happy. I mean,
no, he didn't.
You know what I mean? He had that look like he's getting ready to chop the fool out of somebody. Woo, I don't know about that, man. You felt Drake's chop. Tell me how that feels. Honest to God.
Dude, I'm not kidding you. His hand. He don't have a great big hand, but it's thick. And when that joker pops you in the chest, brother, I thought my heart stopped one night. He chopped me so hard, and I'm not kidding. He chopped me so hard, like I had some kind of feeling in the corner. It took me a second to recover from it before he could shoot me across. I hooked the top rope and was hanging on. It was just like a stung. I mean, it stung me so bad it caught me off guard.
Drake is, and I'm going to say this, and I mean no disrespect to Jake, but for someone of Jake's body type, to get on live TV and be regarded as a killer and respected for his work ethic is awesome. And again, I mean no disrespect by that, but we see a lot of the types of guys that get on live TV. It's great physiques. And Drake will be the first guy to tell you, I'm not muscled up. I'm not, powerhouse Hobbs. I'm not that guy. But Gary doesn't have to be. This guy's
no.
You look up the word hoss in the dictionary, it says CJD Drake. He's a flat out hoss, man.
Yeah, it's amazing what he does for a man his size, and he's always got around like that, man.
Yes.
I've watched Drake grow up in this business. I mean, he started with HVW when he was in his very early 20s. And, Drake's busted his butt to get where he's at. And I'm proud of him, and it's an honor to have him main event and Arrival along with John Schuyler.
I want to say that the Schuyler promo was up. I was wanting to say, was it yesterday that Drake called you or the day before? Today's Saturday. Was it Thursday he called you?
Thursday, yeah. Thursday. Yeah.
Because you messaged me and you said you're not going to believe who just called me. And I was like, do tell.
and I was working on something. I was working on something completely different. But I'm glad we got this phone call.
We had something totally different.
We were able to move the totally different to the semi-main event.
Yeah.
and all I'm going to say, Tom, can I say 3 words? Can I say it?
Say it.
Or 4 words?
Say it.
Logan Street strap match.
Logan Street strap match in your semi-main event. We're not going to tell you who.
No, sir. But
Not
that's
gonna
all
tell
I
you
can
who.
tell you.
So
look at the news we've dropped tonight.
I know, right?
Woo.
Logan
Main
Street
event,
strap match.
which is the semi-main.
Not this match.
Not this match. No. John Schuyler and James Drake, JD Drake, is just main eventing, getting it done.
Yep.
The semi-main is the Logan Street strap match with 2 participants from HVW's past to be revealed next time.
And in case you kids missed the memo, Municipal Event Center in Marion, North Carolina is on 29 Logan Street. So it just so happens to fit. So there you go.
That's
Logan
right.
Street strap match.
Hey man, and that place is hopping. You know, all our sponsors, you know, jump around. They had their grand opening this weekend. There was kids everywhere. We got to go in and hand out some flyers about our event.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's the Burrito Brothers and Toonies and, you know, Hot Wheels of Marion. Everywhere, all the ones inside the event center they're on fire. They keep telling me that the buzz is amazing, that we're going to do well there, and Marion's excited about high velocity wrestling.
There's nothing much better than an excited crowd of pro wrestling fans. There's really not much anything better. I mean, they make it fun to be there. And dude, full disclosure, not HVW crowds, but you and I have been in companies where there's 10 people, 20 people in the crowd. And that's not a joke. That's real deal. That's real life.
Brother, I've done it many times. I've walked out the curtain many times and wrestled for 15, 20, 25 people.
And then it's been upwards of 500 and over. And it's,
you
work what, just dude, as hard, don't you?
I was just about to say that, you know, as I can speak for myself. When I went out that curtain, it was to be the best Viper I could be. I don't care if they, you know, what if those 10 people, one of those people was another promoter that you know, might have had a bigger show and he was scouting talent on a smaller event.
Sure.
You know, if I went out there and went half-ass, he wasn't going to give me a chance.
You're right.
You know, and that's exactly how I got to leave the UWA, was the time they brought Wahoo in and he watched me work out. And, you know, after the rest is history. You know, Wahoo introduced me to Chief J Eagle, you know, and got me involved with Wildside. And there we go.
I mean, you know, talk about a real man, Wahoo McDaniel. Real man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
When I think, listen, and I said I meant no disrespect to Jake by what I said earlier. How about I give him a huge props here? When I think real men, I think guys like Wahoo and JD Drake. That's who I think of. Real men. You know what I mean? Let's run down the sponsors here real quick. We've got the Loving Hearts for Christ, Bear Closet, Heathen's Den. Let's see, Tooney's Chop House, as you mentioned, Marion Hot Wheels, Burrito Brothers. Let's see here now, boy. Jumping around.
Jump around.
EXP Realty.
Yes.
Taylor's Brewing Company. The Feisty Goldfish.
Dude, that place is awesome.
Is it really?
All the places are cool, but the Feisty Goldfish it's a bar arcade.
Cool.
You know, they got all the old school arcade. You can go in there and play Kung Fu, man. They got Double Dragon.
I like their logo.
And you could get a beer at the bar if you wanted one while you go play the video games.
Let's also talk about our newest sponsor, Let Wrestling Live. Tell the kids out there a little bit about this organization, if you will.
Man, you know that they are just growing, just like HVW. They're about to have their debut event, and a lot of the indie wrestling. Tom, I went blank, brother. What's her name? Nadia. What's her last name?
Nadia Hunter.
Hunter. I was thinking Harris. It's Nadia Hunter. This young lady is taking bookings as ring announcers. I've seen her at several different different events doing ring announcing. She's doing amazing graphic design work. And do her and 3 other African-American ladies have decided to start this. And it's an all African-American federation, and it's amazing what they're doing. I'm proud to have them on board as a sponsor. We're sponsoring their event, and it's awesome to work with them and do business with them.
Yeah. And not the soapbox here, but the good old days of leaving people out and saying this business is only for a certain segment, those days are long since past.
Oh yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, male, female, different racial backgrounds, different cultural backgrounds, different persuasions, different walks of life. Wrestling's for everybody. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
That's how I
Yes.
feel. That's why we always have the sound bite at the beginning of every show saying that we provide a respectful atmosphere. We're inclusive. If you hurl racial slurs, if you say anything homophobic, you're going to be escorted out of our building because we don't play that way. So that's just how we roll. I'm excited for this main event, dude. I
Me
can't wait
too.
to see it.
Me either, brother. It's going to be awesome. And, I know Drake and Skylar both have busted their butts to get where they're at. And neither one of them is going to want to come into this event and take the pinfall. So I can promise you we're going to see the best of both of those guys on June the 18th in Marion, North Carolina.
And I know you wanted to be the one to say what Drake texted you, but I'm gonna say it if you don't care.
Go ahead, brother.
Because you screenshot it and showed it to me, and all the Drake said was "feed him to me," and I was like, "All right, well, okay, that works." And you didn't have to ask who he was talking about either; you knew it.
I knew exactly who he wanted and what he wanted to do, and I have no problem making that happen.
Dude, for those out there who don't know about the history, what kind of history do these two guys have in HVW? I mean, how have they crossed paths before? Can you give us like a rundown?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. They've never really. We never ran like any angles or storylines involving the two. I think they've probably wrestled each other a time or two, but there was never really no heat between the two in HVW. I think all of that developed as they moved on and went on to some bigger feds and other organizations. It didn't really start but they're both from the past of HVW, and I guess Drake maybe got a little offended that maybe Skylar thought he was going to run through everybody from the past of HVW. So, let Drake will do his talking in the ring.
That's a good call. Yeah. And he will do his talking in the ring for sure.
Hey, but Skylar will too. No doubt about that.
Yeah. That's not to discount anything John Skylar's accomplished, kids. He is an immense talent. Jeff, you're right. It'll be a fight for sure.
Absolutely.
What's up, E? Another fan of Tom Clark's main event. E, you're my guy. Even though you're a Green Bay Packers fan, I appreciate you, brother. But yeah, this is going to be good. We've got so much more to talk about, so much more to cover. The tag team championship match. I think the last name gets signed on Monday. And we've held on to the promos, full disclosure, because we can show you guys videos all day, but until someone's name is on the dotted line, it's not really a good idea. Something could go wrong. That dude could break his leg in the meantime. We have to cancel it. Who knows? But I know you're excited about the tag team title match.
Absolutely. It's going to be awesome. And like you said, we'll sign the paperwork Monday and we can make that announcement next week.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Everybody knows who our tag champs are. I mean,
tell them again if they don't know.
It's the new age villains, baby. So, NAV's on board. So we've got their opponents and we'll be signing that contract on Monday and then we can make that announcement. But it's going to be another barn burner of a match.
And what's funny is that these aren't the same two cats that wrestled in HVW in the past, because I've been hearing things down through the pipeline. They've got kind of a different attitude now. And the other day I actually spoke to Nathan on the phone. He's never been that nice to me. What's happened to these two guys that they've always been professional, but they haven't been the easiest to talk to. I mean, mostly because they had a mouthpiece at one time that was hard to deal with. What's happened to them in the meantime since they last wrestled in HVW?
Well, I think they've grown up a little bit. They've had some opportunities, and I think they finally realized that without the fans, you don't make it. It's not always the best to be the bad guy. Sometimes you gotta, let the fans carry you along a little bit. And I've noticed, they've been on some pretty big shows, and the fans are cheering them, and I don't know how I feel about that, but
It's a different look.
They're hey, as long as they're representing HVW, that's all that matters, and they're doing a hell of a job representing us. So
I agree, and I never had an issue with them. I don't have an issue really with anybody, to be honest with you. Anybody that's bringing it and is doing their part to give the fans something they paid their money to see, absolutely. So,
and brother, if we pull this tag match off, it's going to be epic.
Yeah, we might need a couple of referees for this one.
Yes,
I'm not volunteering either. I bruise easily. I'm too pretty to get punched in the mouth. I'm just saying.
That's right. Right.
So we got 2 matches lined up for you folks: Jake Jacobs versus John Matthews. I'm not sure where that's going to be on the card as of yet, but your main event is the Southern Savior John Scholar and the Blue Collar Badass JD Drake.
JD Drake. That's right.
Man, shut up.
And then don't forget about that semi-main.
The Logan Street strap match. And we can't tell you who.
Oh. No, but you're going to want to know. And I promise you, it's 2 amazing names from HVW's past.
Mm-hmm,
I can't wait to see. And brother, these 2 had heat years ago. So I can't wait to see how this comes out.
This is real life talk right now, kids.
Oh, yeah, real life. This heat went beyond the wrestling ring. This was real life stuff. So
not to stay here all night, but sometimes you say things and it gets my head going in a certain direction. Let me ask you, at what point does it become less about a wrestling match and more about, hey man, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to say that. At what point does it start to get weird outside the ring? How often does it happen to you personally, if you don't mind sharing?
Man, everybody knows Viper's past, and there's one name that everybody always going to know, and I'm not even going to give him the pleasure of mentioning his name. I guarantee you somebody will. But you know what, dude? He that went beyond wrestling. It got very personal. But, as years went on, we got to learn to forgive people, man, and forget. And if that joker walked up in front of me right now, I'd shake his hand and give him a hug. Because we got to grow. We got to grow as humans and move forward, right?
Oh, look who you're talking to. We rode pretty hard as EOD back in the day. I wasn't as mild-mannered as I appeared today.
No, sir.
I was bald with a leather jacket and had bad intentions, and I had you and about 3 or 4 or 5 other guys who I was saying, see that guy, kill him. And you guys went and killed him. And I'm not proud of a lot of stuff we did, Gary. You know that. I've had long conversations, kept me up at night. I've had nightmares over it. I'm just being honest. It was all in the name of making the group better, but we hurt people. That's bottom line. I'm not going to get into it. It's stuff I don't want to talk about, but it's, like you said, you move on, you grow up.
Absolutely.
And hopefully no one out there is harboring a grudge. You know how many years it took me to not do this every time I heard something loud going on around me? That's true life, man. I'm just saying. So, anyway.
Yes, sir.
It got real uncomfortable there, didn't it? I didn't mean to bring anything bad up just now.
No, it's good. It's good, dude. It's all good. We used to have a lot. Well, we thought we were having fun, didn't we?
I was getting ready to say, before you say we had fun, we had fun, but
yeah,
people in the ring with you guys didn't have so much fun.
No, sir. No, sir.
Shannon Maroon says EOD was amazing and fun to be part of. There you go.
Shannon became part of EOD as I took it on into Hendersonville when first opened HVW. Shannon was basically you, but we called him Sin.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. He just took the place of Bishop. That's right. He just took the place of Bishop for a little while.
Part of the brotherhood. There's a lot of us out there. I can't even begin to count how many of us there were total. If you name North and South Carolina both, I can't even begin to count how many.
Yeah, because you got to admit, I took the EOD and went on with it. When you guys were still doing it in North Carolina, I was doing it in South Carolina.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, dude, how about that main event?
Oh, I know, right? Scholar and
I got goosebumps
Drake,
thinking about it.
It's going to be good stuff, dude. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. And guess what? There's a lot more to talk about, kids. A lot more stuff to reveal. We're not even close to half of the card yet. I mean, we still
No.
got some more stuff to talk about.
Yes, we do.
We always say the same thing. Stay tuned to HVW social media.
That's right.
We're not hitting it hard and fast like we have in the past. That's not to say that we're not still here. So don't take inactivity to mean that we're not cooking behind the scenes, because we most definitely are. We're being asked if we're going to stream the show. Tentative plans are to stream the show. Tentative plans. If I say we're going to do it absolutely and something happens, everyone's going to get mad at me. So let's don't make
we
anybody mad.
are planning on streaming. Yes,
for sure. Well, kids, we don't want to take up any more of your Saturday night. There's pro wrestling on. Go watch it. Gary, what do you want to leave the guys with before we get out of here?
Hey, man, I just want to thank everybody for your support. You know, I know it's been a long road coming, and it's been a tough journey to get there, but we're going to get there. We got a great town behind us, the community supporting us. We've got a bunch of great sponsors. Now we just need you, the great fans, to come out and support us. We're going to be doing something a little different with the tickets for this event. That information will be coming soon. We love you guys, man. Stay in contact with our social media so you can see what's happening.
For sure. Be sure to check out, patronize our sponsors. And anytime you guys visit or call or email or text our sponsors, please tell them HVW sent you. We would greatly appreciate it. Okay. It's a sign of goodwill on both sides. We only partner with people who are the real deal and people who are doing things the right way, because that's what we're trying to do.
That's right.
So that's all I got for you, kids. Thanks, everybody, for watching. As we always say, stay tuned. We'll be back real soon. Everybody, enjoy your weekend. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time.